Hi guys, we're out in the garden, and the reason we're out in the garden is I'm going to modify my little 9-volt battery powered electric boat to full radio control. And to do that I want to put the receiver and the ESC and the battery in this little plastic clip box so that it's watertight. And you can see I've already marked out where I'm going to cut into the polystyrene or styrofoam boat so that we can sit that down inside. And I've also marked out a little bit there for where the servo will go to do the rudder. And the reason we're out in the garden is I'm going to cut the styrofoam or polystyrene or whatever we want to call it. With my soldering iron. So it's going to make a lot of fumes that are not very pleasant. But apart from the fumes, it's a much nicer way to work this styrofoam than trying to cut it with a knife. Because when you use a knife you get all the little bits blowing around in the breeze. If you get the temperature right, it's not actually burning the foam, it's just melting it. You see it virtually disappears. You need to give your soldering iron a good clean afterwards. Right, that looks about right. We'll go back inside, glue it all together. I'll just melt a couple of holes in the bottom of the box which we'll fill with hot glue so we can push the connectors through. And this bit does smell. Right, that's big enough for that. That's big enough for that. Just plugged it in to make sure it all fits. That's all in there fine. Right, we're in a car park at the moment because my wife's having her hair done, so I brought the boat with me. All I've got left to do is bend a paperclip to connect the servo to the rudder. Everything else is all neatly packed inside the box, all hot glued all round. I even covered over the motor, so it should all be watertight in there, or relatively watertight. So we just need to bend a paperclip to join that little bit together. Yeah, that's the right size, so I better check. we're ready to go. Back at the local pond. Lovely and quiet here again. So, we'll try the boat. Looks like I haven't quite got the balance right. It's tilting a bit, isn't it? But apart from the fact it's not balanced right, it's going fine. I was a bit worried it might be too fast, but that seems okay. And we got reverse. I think the angle may be something to do with the way I've got the rudder on it, because it's slightly off centre due to the fact I didn't get it in the right place. So, we have another successful radio controlled boat. And this one's controlled by a proper hobby grade radio control receiver and transmitter. Ordinary servo for the steering, ESC for the power, all tucked into the box to keep it dry. And we're using a rechargeable 9-volt battery to power it. That's interchangeable with a LiPo. I've used the same connector on it, so I could just stick an ordinary LiPo in there. But this boat started out at the request of somebody whose name I've forgotten, to have a boat powered by a 9-volt battery. So there we go. Job done.